Hi, this is Yoshi. Today, I'd like to explain the intellectual property in Vietnam with local expert. What's your impression of the Vietnam? Also, it has socialism policy. Vietnam keeps a distance from China and Russia, which is the same political policy countries. If you look along the street of Vietnam, you can find a lot of developed country products and services. Many public workers are founded by Japan and South Korea, and the large-scale train network in Ho Chi Minh City, for example, is currently being constructed by Japanese companies. The population of Vietnam is just a bit smaller than that of my country, the Japan. GDP grew by 7% despite the early stage of the COVID-19 infection. In the Vietnam, it wasn't until the second half of 2020 that the coronavirus had a major impact of the economy. The low labor cost should be especially mentioned. The basic monthly salary is now $250 US, in the manufacturing industry and $611 US in service industries. The labor cost has been rising recently, but it's still about 1/4 or less than developed nations. So let's ask Ms. Bing of Matthew Valley, a Vietnamese IP law firms, about the system of intellectual property rights in Vietnam, which is very different from the Japanese trend. Hi, Bing. Where are you living now?
Hi, Josie. I'm currently in Hanoi. The situation of COVID-19 has gradually been settled, so I'm thinking of moving to Ho Chi Minh City.
In Vietnam, there were once as many as 40,000 infected people a day. What is the current situation?
Yes, it's much better now. Vaccination is progressing and commercial facilities are open again. We have just experienced the second wave, so the impact will be less than in Japan if the speed of vaccination gets faster.
That's good. So now, please explain the Vietnamese IP system is being.
Okay. Vietnam has been promoting the protection of intellectual property rights from an early stage among the 10 Southeast Asia countries. Vietnam is an early member of the Marriage Protocol, an international trademark treaty, and also joined the Hague Convention, an international design treaty in 2019. As a result, Vietnam is a member of almost all treaties regarding intellectual property rights. Thus, we are at the forefront of the Asia country as though in the table. And I will explain how long its rights device. The patent is 20 years from the filing date and cannot be extended any further. The utility model is 10 years from the filing date, and the design is 15 years from the filing date, which is longer than the utility model. And in Japan, the design rights device as long as 25 years, but in many countries in Southeast Asia, it's only protected for 10 years. Vietnam provides 1.5 times longer protection for design rights than other Southeast Asia countries. And in order to file an application in Vietnam, all documents should be written in Vietnamese. Our government cannot accept any other languages besides Vietnamese.
So, well, what about the power of attorneys, transfer certificates, statements, and preferential rights documents?
Yes, though those documents should be translated into Vietnamese upon request. However, translation to Vietnamese is required in many cases, so it's safe to prepare in advance. Many patent application forms either are based on their local application and are filed through PCT. That means Patent Cooperation Treaty. The deadline for moving from PCT to Vietnam application is 31 months. The transfer is supported to be complete within that period. There are also a foreign language application system in Vietnam, which assess submission in English or Japanese. However, it's necessary to add a Vietnamese translation within 3 months. The same applies when moving PCT to Vietnamese application. If you are applying in Japanese, you may be required to submit an English translation. Therefore, if you have an English translation, we recommend applying in English instead of applying in Japanese.
It's quite difficult to translate from Japanese to Vietnamese, isn't it? If the application will also be made in all other English-speaking countries, the English translation, we recommend applying in English instead of applying Japanese. But if the application will also is made in the other English-speaking countries, the English translation can be used, right? Yeah. So, but if there is no English translation, does your office offer other languages to Vietnamese translation?
Yes, we can speak several languages and offer translation. Many of our staff are Vietnamese, but can speak also English and Japanese. And next, regarding the protection of patent, business model patent, computer program, and invention related to treatment methods are not patentable in Vietnam.
Oh, it's a pretty strict, right? Regarding the invention of treatment method, is it patentable when it handles animals other than humans? Many countries approve monopolization of treatment method for animals, while don't approve those for humans.
Actually, not. Invention for animals are not covered by the protection either. In principle, invention related to treatment methods are not approved in Vietnam. And once a patent is granted, you can file a formal opposition at any time from the date of publication to the date of grant. There is a trial for invalidation and a correction system, but only the reduction of complaints is possible after registration.
Oh, interesting. That's a formal opposition is available at any time until the patent grant date. It's a unique, isn't it? So from the rights holder, the point of view, just stability of the light is, I think, not so high, very low. So what are the criteria for Vietnamese examiners? I'm a little bit worried about what kind of a judgment will be made in the trial for invalidations.
Yes, that's right. Unlike US and Europe, the judgment of the validity of rights, such as former oppositions and trial for invalidation, may be unclear. Also, exercising rights is not so easy in this country. In particular, it's often a little bit difficult to collect evidences of infringement activity in Vietnam. However, you can make a prejudgment on the validity of your rights. The result of this decision is legally binding. Therefore, you can use this judgment in trial for invalidation and several proceedings. The certificate from VPRE delivers a conclusion very quickly, even within a month. So the right holder of a patent right or a trademark right in Vietnam can confirm the validity of the right by a judgment system.
Actually, other Asian countries also have a prejudgment system, like Vietnam, but it's rarely used because it's not legally binding, no power for legally. Compared to that, the Vietnamese prejudgment system is very attractive. How much does it cost?
Yeah, it costs about 4,000 USD.
Oh, so this prejudgment system is able to utilize when checking whether you are infringing someone's right in Vietnam, as well as when you have the right. For example, uh, if Vietnamese has a legislation close to your trademark, for example, you can check the validity of the rights that the Vietnamese have. And am I correct?
Yes, that's possible. As you said, the request for preadjustment is often used to maintain the brain when entering in Vietnamese markets.
I got it. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for the valuable information today.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you all have any question about Vietnam, please feel free contact us.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Bing. Thank you.
You.
Bye-bye.